Yep, so that's a problem. Let's deal with it for less than $5. Hey, my name is Brendan, aka Cliff Jumper. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to deal with one of the lovely problems with the Toyota 1st Gen Sequoia, and that is the fact that these door latches do like to wear out. Now, ours is 20 years old. It's got about 200,000 miles on it. I kind of feel like we got our money's worth out of it, so not a big deal. But there are two ways to fix it. There's the proper way, which is to actually buy the new assembly and pull it out of the door and replace it and all the stuff. And honestly, it's not that hard to do it. But there's also the $3 fix, which is to get some polyethylene tubing from Home Depot and put some on here, and that conveniently takes the place of the plastic guide that has worn out inside here, and it keeps it working. And then when that little polyethylene tube wears out, we put on a little bit more, because for $3 you get like 16 feet of the stuff and you need about an inch. So let's cut a little bit, put it on there, and see if that takes care of our issue. Here we have the polyethylene tubing. This is the part you can get from Home Depot. It is readily available. I will drop a link in the description. Most Home Depots have it. This was $3.16 for this length of tubing, and we are going to use just a very tiny little bit of it. Now, I measured out and marked with my razor already the amount that we're cutting here. It's a tiny little bit. It's not even an inch. I will do an exact measurement with my calipers here in just a second for those of you who like to do exact stuff. But basically, we're just cutting this very tiny length. And what we're going to do is then cut a slit in it so that we can put it around the striker piece. So I'm going to hold it, not using my fingers, because I like not having big razor cuts on my hands. Just going to do a quick little slice here. And that should give us the ability to open it up just wide enough. I actually didn't cut all the way through. Make sure that I am cutting through one side of the tube only, not through the second side. There we go. Okay. I can insert my thumbnail in there. Let's go ahead and stick that on the striker. Now, I might need a screwdriver to separate this enough to put that on to where I would like it to be. Let's see if I can do it. It's just thumbnails. If you have strong thumbnails, then maybe this is going to work well for you. If not, you might need a tool. Okay, looks like my thumbnails work. Okay, there we go. So that is on there. Let's give it a whirl. Oh, and it popped right off. So that that might be a problem. Did work, but qualifier, we need it to stay on. So I know that it works with this in place. Now we just need to secure it. So I am going to use a little bit of JB Weld, because why not? And we'll secure it with that, let it cure, and that should get us where we need to be. Worst comes to worst, I can you know, well, maybe I'll use some silicone instead so that it's removable in case this goes horribly wrong and I actually do need to replace the latch.
5 minutes later.
So now we have some RTV silicone underneath this polyethylene, sealing it to this. We're gonna let that cure for a couple hours, and then we'll come back and see if it wants to stay on the door when we open and close it. You know, worst comes to worst, I wasted $3 and I still have to buy a door latch, so not a big deal, and I can just peel all that off. So we will be back on that. Okay, next day we let it cure overnight. Let's see how we're doing here. So, okay, the RTV silicone is cured and holding this thing in place, which is great. That's helpful, and I don't have to slam it shut. It is staying shut. Okay. Nice. Okay, well, I'm gonna call that the $3 fix successful. We'll see how long it lasts, but with $3 worth of this polyethylene tubing, even if this falls off and disappears, I can easily replace it and keep it going. So I think that's bought us some time. Ultimately, I will need to replace this assembly, I think. But for now, $3 fix. We'll call that mischief managed and a job well done. Thank you to the folks in the First Gen Sequoia group on Facebook who pointed out this solution. Appreciate that. And yeah, we'll see you next time. God bless. Hit like, subscribe, and share. See you again. Bye-bye.
And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to say goodbye. We'll be back.